Here's a truth that often feels a bit unsettling, isn't it? For so many people, life isn't truly lived. Days just sort of cycle through the same routine. Waking up, work, scroll the phone, watch some TV, repeat.
Yeah, that rut.
There's often this lack of real excitement or genuine dreams or even just that feeling of being properly alive.
And it's alarmingly easy to slip into that kind of loop, you know?
Right.
And what's maybe worse is you might not even realize you're caught.
Right.
Not until you're really deep in it, just feeling stuck.
Absolutely. It just creeps up on you. So our deep dive today, our mission really, is to help you see that pattern if it's there. Figure out how to break free from it. And maybe most importantly, start actually building the life you truly want.
Okay.
Now, we're pulling insights for this from material that was originally aimed at English learners, the Fluently podcast.
Right.
But the core message in there about stopping life wasting, that's completely universal. It goes way beyond just learning a language.
And that's the great thing. The promise underneath all this, it's not just wishful thinking. It's actually true.
Yeah.
It's not too late to change.
Never too late.
Seriously, never too late. We're going to unpack some, well, surprisingly small, but really powerful ways you can start to feel proud, feel alive again.
Yeah.
And really build that life that's kind of waiting for you.
Okay, so let's peel back that first layer, this stuckness.
Right.
Our source material points to this really subtle trap. The deception of waiting. You know, we tell ourselves we're being patient.
Patience sounds good.
It does. But sometimes that patience is just like a clever disguise for staying put, for just quietly wasting some really good years.
That's a sharp distinction. And the self-deception that goes with it, that's the tricky part. We whisper things to ourselves like, oh, I'm just waiting for the right moment, or
I need more confidence first.
Exactly. Or I'm waiting until I'm really ready. But the harsh truth, like the source says, is often we're not really waiting. We're just wasting.
It makes me think of this analogy they used. Like sitting at a train station.
Oh, yeah, that one.
You're convinced you're going somewhere great, right? But you never actually bought the ticket. You keep telling yourself, the train's coming, just got to wait for the right one. Yeah. But that perfect train, it isn't scheduled.
And life just quietly moves past you while you're sitting there on the platform.
Exactly.
That image is so potent, especially for anyone trying to learn something new, like a language.
Oh, definitely.
So many learners wait to feel fluent before they even dare to speak. But fluency isn't some feeling that just washes over you.
Right. It's not magic.
No, it's something you build, like brick by brick, through doing the thing.
Yeah.
Often messily.
So the message here for you listening, whatever it is you're holding back on, could be a project, a job application, or yes, speaking that new language. If you're waiting for everything to be perfect, just start now.
Jump in.
Even if you trip up, even if you stumble a bit.
Yeah.
Because those little awkward moments, that's actually where the real growth kicks in.
Absolutely. And, you know, digging a bit deeper than just that passive waiting, there's something maybe even more insidious.
Okay.
The silent drain. You know, wasting life isn't always this big dramatic thing like quitting a job or dropping out of school.
Right. Not always obvious.
Much more often, more dangerously, it's the pileup of tiny, almost invisible leaks.
Leaks? Like what?
Like the endless scrolling on your phone, the constant putting things off, the, you know, mindless distractions we fill time with. They silently steal years from you, literally years, without making a sound.
That's a scary thought. You used a great analogy for this too, the ship.
Yeah, the ship. Even the biggest, strongest ship, it'll eventually sink if you ignore tiny leaks.
Right. It doesn't happen overnight.
No, but over time.
Yeah.
Those little drips, they become a flood. Every time you scroll mindlessly, every, just 5 more minutes excuse.
It adds up.
It really adds up. And you don't notice at first, do you? It feels harmless, comfortable even.
Yeah, familiar.
But then one day you kind of wake up and think, hang on, where did all that time actually go?
Because those tiny drains weren't so tiny in the end.
Exactly. They turn into a flood. Which really forces the question. If you're serious about taking control, you have to guard your focus, your energy.
Like it's precious.
Because it absolutely is. It's your most precious resource.
So maybe a practical step someone could take, like today.
Yeah, good idea.
Just track 1 hour. Pick any hour of your day and be really honest about where your time and energy actually go.
Just observe it. No judgment needed initially.
Right. You might be really surprised how much tiny wasting, as you called it, sneaks in. It can be quite an eye-opener.
It really can. And you know what's even sneakier than those tiny leaks sometimes?
Go on.
It's when your own fear gets dressed up and pretends to be productivity.
Ooh. Okay. I feel called out already.
Huh?
I think most of us do. We've all been there.
Oh, absolutely. I am so guilty of this. I can't tell you how many times I've made these like super elaborate study plans.
Color-coded everything. Yes. Color-coded notebooks, fancy planners, the works. And I'd convince myself, wow, I'm being so productive. Look at this preparation.
Getting ready.
But really, if I'm being totally honest,
Yeah.
I was just stalling.
Yeah.
Because I was scared to actually start the thing, the real work.
It's exactly like that image of standing at the edge of a swimming pool,
Yeah.
spending ages analyzing the water temperature, checking the wind direction, when really you just need to jump in.
Just jump.
All that endless researching, the endless planning, it feels safe, right? It feels like you're doing something useful.
It does.
But often it's just fear wearing a really convincing costume.
So for someone listening, if you find yourself constantly planning to tackle that goal, maybe planning to practice English every day,
Making the schedule.
but the actual doing part keeps getting pushed back, that's probably not preparation.
It's likely fear whispering, hey, let's just plan a little bit more. It's safer here.
You deserve better than that, though.
Yeah.
Don't just plan it. Do it.
Take one small action.
Yeah. If it's about language, speak one English sentence out loud today. Who cares if it's messy?
Doesn't matter at all.
Just break that fear cycle with a little bit of action.
Because honestly, the longer you put it off, the heavier that thing feels, doesn't it?
It really does. Which kind of brings us neatly to the whole idea of comfort zones.
Ah, yes, the comfort zone. Sounds so nice.
Sounds great. Warm, safe, familiar. Who wouldn't want that?
Right. But here's the catch. Stay there too long, and that comfort, it stops being a haven.
Uh-oh.
It slowly, quietly starts turning into a cage.
And little by little, almost without you noticing, your world starts to shrink. Imagine being in this really cozy room. At first, you love it. It feels great.
Yeah, perfect.
But then maybe the windows slowly start to close, the lights dim a bit,
Yeah.
and suddenly you realize, hang on, I can't quite breathe in here anymore.
That's such a good way to put it. That's the sneaky transformation. Comfort becomes confinement.
And what's really eye-opening from the source material is the compounding effect here. Meaning, the longer you delay stepping outside that zone, even if it means speaking clumsy English or pitching an imperfect idea, the harder it actually gets to do it later.
Right, because the fear doesn't just shrink on its own while you wait.
No, you have to actively push through it. You have to move through the fear.
So the challenge then is, what?
Push your comfort zone just a tiny bit today. Learn one new phrase or try one small thing that feels just a little bit scary.
And use it or do it.
Yes, use it. Don't wait till next week. Don't wait until you've practiced more. Just today. That little push is the key.
And speaking of time slipping away while we stay in these self-made, comfortable cages, like kind of talk about dreams.
Okay.
And the sort of silent death they can die, because dreams, well, they aren't like statues, are they? They don't just wait around forever. If you don't actively move towards them, they don't just stay fresh and waiting. They actually decay.
Decay. That sounds harsh.
It is a bit, but it's true. Quietly, no big drama, no warning signs sometimes. They just sort of fade or turn sour.
Like that analogy they use, the fruit on the table.
Exactly. That beautiful, ripe piece of fruit. You keep looking at it thinking, oh, I'll eat that tomorrow or maybe later today.
Yeah, I'll get to it.
But tomorrow slides into next week, and by then,
It's rotten. Gone.
completely gone. Doesn't matter how much you intended to enjoy it, the moment passed.
Wow. And that leads to a really critical insight from the material, doesn't it?
Which is?
Dreams aren't usually ruined by failure. Failing can actually teach you things, help you adjust.
Right. Failure can be data.
Exactly. No, dreams are much more often ruined simply by delay, by inaction.
That inaction is the killer. Even a tiny, messy step forward taken consistently keeps that dream alive, keeps the fruit from rotting.
So for you listening, here's a concrete action. Write down one dream, just one significant dream you have. Could be about your career, a personal project, maybe an English goal.
Okay, got it written down. Then what?
Then take one messy, imperfect action towards it. Today. Just one small thing.
Does have to be huge.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Because messy action is still action. And messy action, believe it or not, is what saves dreams.
Okay, so taking action is key. But what if you're sort of secretly waiting for someone else to give you the push?
Ah, the rescue fantasy.
Yeah, waiting for the perfect teacher or that one YouTube video or maybe even this deep dive to magically fix everything.
Right. Let's be really clear here. Based on the source, no one is coming to rescue you.
Oof, straight talk.
Yeah. We can cheer you on. We can offer guidance, absolutely. But ultimately, you are both the captain and the crew of your own ship.
It's all you.
It's your hand on the wheel. It's your voice learning those new words.
Yeah.
It's your courage stepping up even when you feel awkward or unsure.
And hearing that, it might sound like a burden at first. Oh, great, it's all on me.
It could, yeah.
But actually, the source frames it as incredibly liberating.
How so?
Because if you are the one with the power to steer your life, then you also have the power to change its direction anytime you choose.
That's a powerful reframe. It's not a burden, it's freedom. Responsibility equals freedom.
Exactly. That perspective shift changes everything. So how do you harness that power?
Well, one suggestion is simple. Encourage yourself.
Talk to yourself nicely.
Basically, yes. Maybe write a short journal entry today. Doesn't have to be fancy. Could be in English if that's your goal. Just a little note to your future self.
Like what?
Like, hey, I'm trying. I showed up today.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of that effort.
A little self-acknowledgement.
Exactly. Because honestly, nobody can cheer you on better than you can. You just have to actually start doing it for yourself.
Okay, I like that. And speaking of starting, that really leads us to the final big idea, doesn't it?
It does. The ultimate antidote.
To regret.
Yes. Action is the antidote to regret. When I personally look back at times I felt the worst, the most stuck. It wasn't usually because I tried something and it didn't work out. It was almost always because I didn't even try.
You stayed still?
Stayed still, paralyzed by the waiting, the doubting.
And it's fascinating how quietly regret often starts, isn't it? It's not usually a loud bang.
No, not at first.
It's quiet. It just builds up slowly. Like dust gathering in a corner you keep meaning to clean but ignore.
Yeah.
And then one day you look over and realize, wow, that's a lot of dust. I've been stuck here ignoring this for way too long.
And the crucial distinction here this source emphasizes, regret rarely comes from doing things badly.
No.
No, it overwhelmingly comes from doing nothing at all.
Doing nothing, that's the danger zone.
And here's where it gets really empowering. Movement. Even if it's clumsy, awkward movement, it creates momentum.
It's energy.
It's energy. It's life. That's why that principle holds. Motion usually beats just thinking about it, just meditation, when you want actual change.
So you don't have to wait until you feel perfectly ready.
Exactly. Readiness isn't this static state you wait to arrive. It's something you actively build
Oh.
by doing tiny, courageous things every single day.
The small steps again.
Always the small steps. Even if your voice shakes a little when you speak, even if you make mistakes,
Yeah.
it counts.
It absolutely counts. In fact, the source suggests it counts even more.
Why more?
Because in that moment, you chose courage over comfort. You chose action over stagnation. That's huge.
Okay, so what's one courageous thing someone could do today, right now?
Let's give them a mission.
Yeah, simple mission for today.
Yeah.
Based on the source, record a short voice clip, like 30 seconds.
Okay. About what?
Anything. Your day, what you had for breakfast, a dream you have. If language learning is your goal, do it in English.
You did the important part.
Don't judge it. Don't analyze it to death.
Right.
Just celebrate the fact that you did it. You spoke. You created something. You acted.
You can save it, maybe listen later, maybe not. But the real win isn't perfection.
No, yeah.
The real victory is simply that you moved. You took an action. And that right there, that's how regret starts to lose its grip. You literally outgrow it by taking action.
Because every single word you learn, every small action you take, every little push outside that comfort zone,
It all adds up.
it accumulates. You are building something much bigger, much more meaningful than you probably even realize in the moment.
That's exactly right. Every single one of those actions, no matter how small it feels, that's you. Actively refusing to just let life drift by.
That's you building it.
Day by day, action by action.
So maybe the final thought to leave everyone with today is just this.
Yeah.
Stop waiting. Start living. Your time really is too precious to waste.